and welcome back to Nail On Sunday podcast with me, Chris, and literally my smoking hot wife, Rebecca, because it is so bloody hot in here already, 11 a.m, because the whole of the UK is on fire.
It's going to be 30 degrees here today, which I know is a lot cooler than probably some of you guys have it. But
So if you're watching this podcast, or you're listening to this podcast, I want to reach out to you and say these words. Please call the RSPCCC.
RSPCCC, what's that?
The Royal Society for the Protection of Cruelty to Christopher Costello. The RSPCCC.
Wow, that was...
She's making me do a bloody podcast. I should actually just take my clothes off. It's so hot in here now.
That was very quick thinking.
Honey, I've been thinking about that since bloody 6 a.m. when I was walking the dogs. Because I was out in shorts and t-shirt and it was 18 degrees Celsius. That's unheard of here in Scotland. Today's to be one of the hottest days we've ever had here in Scotland. And yes, I'm in a sweatbox of a podcast studio. And where am I going straight after this? We'll tell them at the bloody end. You're making me do more work. I should be sitting in a beer garden. In fact, I should be at home in the pool with Daki.
Let me ask you, do you want to be in a beer garden on a Saturday on the busiest and the hottest day of the year?
Than doing work?
With all the other people?
I mean...
And I love how he says in the pool with Daki. Dakota has a pool which is it 3 feet? I would say it's a 3-foot paddling pool. Big enough for a dog. So yeah, I mean, we can...
It was an ideal temperature last night. Honestly, at 8 p.m. we put Daki in it to cool him off a little bit. And it was a great temperature.
And Bailey's feet.
Okay. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. Hopefully today is a good pod because I feel like my energy is just floating down the river.
Are we recording, by the way?
No. On that one, yes.
On this one, yes.
Not on yours.
That's okay. We can...
Can we just patch that in?
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're starting recording. Everybody's just been looking at this beautiful new sign that we've had for years. And just never put on here. And the reason we've got it here is, I'm just going to be honest with you guys. There's lots of things happening in this podcast studio. I've alluded to it before. But the mess in here right now, Laura, Saphira, if you're listening, Laura specifically, you never tidy up after yourself.
Yeah, but see what she thinks that she does. It's hilarious.
Doesn't matter. All she's complaining about today is getting her bloody Avios back. All I'm going to say to you guys. Also, Alex, if you're listening, not that you do. Katie Mould, if you're listening as well.
Get up here and clean this podcast
Jesus
studio.
Christ, we pay you guys to look after this so we don't have to. And I come up here and I had to clean and fix tripods and everything else. Okay, I'm complaining and we shouldn't do that on the podcast. What's today's pod, honey?
Am I the asshole?
So disclaimer, there's going to be lots of swearing in this. I'm going to try and take it out as much as possible because I don't like swearing on the podcast. There's no need for it.
So the girls have lined up these stories for us.
I'll have to?
Yeah.
Are you going to read it out or do I have to?
I sent you one to read, but I can read the rest.
Well, what we should have really done is you could have told me that in advance. I could put it in ChatGPT and she could have read it.
Oh, ChatGPT could have read it?
My girlfriend, yeah. She
Right,
wants to be
okay.
the pod.
I
didn't even test these bloody mics. Thankfully, I can see the bars moving, so wow. That's
He really just wants this over and done with.
The quicker I can get this done, the quicker I can get home to Daki, aka a beer, and the pool.
Stop missing out Bailey. He's not well.
He's not well. He's feeling the heat. The little dog, the white... I'll tell you something, guys, right? If you'll know this. If you've got a white dogs absorb the sun rays. Don't absorb the sun rays. It just bounces off them.
Oh, Bailey loves the heat.
He will sit in the sun and just bake until his little spots come out in his
It was
belly.
literally 27 degrees and we were trying to get them inside, trying to get them in the shade, trying to get them cool. And he was just, we kept finding him out sunbathing.
Yeah. And he was vomiting because it was so hot.
Yeah.
And Daki is the opposite. He's a dark coloured dog, dark skinned dog, dark fur dog. And he hates this. We took him to Florida. We spent 3 weeks in Florida.
But if he goes out in the sun and within 3 seconds you feel his fur, it is boiling hot.
Boiling hot. Yeah, and we didn't really realise that. And we took him from Ohio to Florida for the first few months of his life. And the kid just didn't like it. He liked the air conditioning.
He does.
Anyway, what are we up to this week, honey? I'll just give you a quick recap.
Okay.
It's been wild. Wild in the Isles. Literally, wild in the Isles last weekend.
Oh, yeah, we had our 10-hour live because
Yeah.
we didn't record last week because we had so much to do last weekend. Literally, last weekend, we didn't stop for... I only stopped to eat my dinner. That was it. And that was only on one of the days. Didn't get to eat dinner the other day.
We've not actually stopped since then, honey.
We have not
Today
stopped.
technically should be like a half day
I'm kind
off.
of scared to stop because I feel like if I stop, I'm just going to be like,
Yeah, sleep.
that's it, and just
Yeah.
never get up again. But after this, we have got to go and build furniture. We'll talk about that later. But last weekend we had our 10-hour live for the Nail Order birthday. It was fantastic. You guys were amazing, sending us lots of food, buying lots of goodies. It was just fun. It was great, wasn't it?
It was truly one of the best things I think we've done at Nail Order.
Yeah.
And I know lots of other brands watch our podcast, right? It's fine. You can. It's fine. You're only looking for tips and tricks. I'll give you a tip and trick. Is that right? Tip and trick? See, doing all these big pro beauty shows and everything else in Manchester and such like, it's not in comparison to just doing a 10-hour live.
No.
I would much rather do that than go to these big shows.
Yeah.
So we will be doing that from now on. So we've already announced we're going to do one at Christmas.
We haven't announced it.
We announced it at the very end of that live.
Did
if you
we?
listen. So we'll probably do it on the 26th or 27th
Yeah, we're
of
gonna do it,
December.
yeah.
And then we're just going to roll it every July for our birthday.
6 months. It's going to take us 6 months to recover.
Yeah. I went to bed one night in an emergency. I came out the toilet and I could feel my body just shut down. And I had to run upstairs and ask Rebecca to take the dogs out for the last walk because I could just feel my body
Did
shut
you immediately
down.
go to sleep?
I went to my room. I heard you take the dogs downstairs and then I woke up the next morning. That was it. It was instant. And that must have just been the catch up. I think that was Wednesday night or something. Oh, it was wild.
You can probably hear a helicopter outside right now, guys.
We have the doors open and the shutters open.
Yeah, we've got to get some air in here, but we are approximately 1 mile as the crow flies to Glasgow Airport.
Talking about windows and stuff open, did you hear that scream this morning?
Yeah.
So we live close to a care home and you don't notice it for the most part because it's a couple of blocks away. But today, because we had all the windows open in the house, because here in the UK we don't actually have air conditioning, although Rebecca had an air conditioning unit with her all night.
Yeah, you might as well have just blown on me all night.
You would like that. Feeding you grapes. Sometimes you get, would you say it's like an old folks home or like a retirement home? Is that the way you would
It's called
picture
a care
it?
home.
Care home.
It's called a care home.
Is that because it's not like a retirement village? Like it's fun. It's not fun. They don't have ping pong. They
it's a
don't
care
have
home.
Yahtzee and stuff like that. It's a care home for people who are sick. Yeah?
Not necessarily sick, just unable to look after themselves.
Unable. That's a good point, right? So sometimes
A lot of it's mostly dementia.
dementia, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this morning, the screech.
I know. Do you know what I was thinking about? Imagine the houses across the way from us that literally back right onto
back
it.
onto it. Imagine being in
I know,
their garden and yeah, it's harrowing. It's harrowing. Harrowing.
Yeah, it was just like screaming.
It's almost like somebody's just found
like
somebody
if you
dead or
didn't
something.
know about the care home,
you would walk out and see what's going on.
no, you'd phone the police.
Oh, well, yeah.
You would. It's a shame. It really is. It's terrifying. It used to be cancer that I was scared of getting. Now it's bloody dementia. Terrifies me because I used to go into that care home.
That's where Bailey's from.
That's where Bailey came from. So I used to go in there a few times a week and see the lady and see Bailey.
It's hard. I've been in there.
God,
It's hard.
that's the first time I've ever well, and I've not been in a care home since that place was.
Did for like a grandmother like years ago. And I used to hate going. Like
Oh, really?
I always thought to myself, why do we have to visit?
Oh God.
I understand. Like my parents thought.
No, why does someone have to be in there? Why do we have to be so cruel? And oh God, it's awful.
Keep people alive, and for the
they
most part, a
shouldn't
lot of
be.
people don't want to be.
I know. Well, I know I wouldn't want to be living in that situation.
And when you hear those screeches and the screams, you know it's just torment.
They're torment in their head. That's the thing. Maybe not physical, but mental, and that's so much worse.
Right, let's change the podcast right now. Can I play like a music or something? Anyway, so
Have you not got your music lined up? You're
if you listen to the live, I don't think I can listen to this anymore. So if you listen to the live, you'll know. Yep,
I can't hear it.
It's too unlimited.
We can't.
Yeah, we can't because of feedback and stuff.
Right.
Like that, we can't really hear it, but you guys can listen to it. And that song has been playing in my head for the last.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So let's get on to I Am the Asshole.
I was trying to think
Rebecca says this about me all the time, so I feel like I'm just commonplace.
I
Did you
think
say
so.
you sent me an email?
No, I sent it down. Whatever I did, I sent it with the airdrop. I sent it through the air.
Through the airdrop.
One image, but it got me thinking about: am I the asshole stories that I have got? So many, not so many relating to being salon. Well, it's just because I can't remember. I can remember one, which I'll probably come on to later, but got a lot of recent ones.
Anyway, this has been sparked by Laura and Saphira doing an I'm the Asshole podcast, and it was quite a successful one. I don't remember editing it at all. I did edit it, but I don't remember the stories. So for me, it's all a bit of, let's just wing it. It's too hot anyway. I'm going to take the clothes off soon.
Do you want me to go?
Go. Yeah,
Short one
please.
first?
Let's
Should
go.
I go for a short one?
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
Okay, let's start with the short one. So I've only been brave enough to start doing nails for friends, and one person who was a mate wanted nails done. I said, sure, I only charge for products. They came out brilliant. She loved them. I told her what to do to make sure they last. I even got little cards with do's and don'ts. She lost a nail in 3 days by banging it against something, and I felt like crap telling her that sorry, but I can't fix it for free, and now she's gone quiet. Was I in the wrong for not doing it for free? Oh, this is an age-old tale.
First of all, what you have to understand is if you do mates' nails, if you do family's nails,
They're going to take the mic.
they will take the mick at you for everything, for anything. If
They'll be the ones that are late. They'll be
Yeah.
the ones that don't pay. They'll be the ones that are really difficult, that complain about every single thing. For sure, they are going to be the hardest people.
Yeah.
In fact, all these stories I'm just very quickly looking over is all about friends and family for the most part.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. And the reason you feel like you're the asshole is because there's feelings involved. When it's a client, for the most part, it's transactional. Should be transactional. You know, they come in, you do the treatment to the best of your ability, with the best products you can offer at the time. They pay for it, they leave, and everything is hunky-dory. Sometimes things fall apart, and if it's transactional, they'll understand it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think this is where, again, we've talked about this so many times, having policies and sticking to those policies is really important. Now, when you're just starting out, all of the policies I feel we implemented was only through experience and negative
100%.
experiences. We're like, right, crap, need to implement a policy on that.
Yep.
So it is a lot of hindsight. But having policies like, I will offer free repair within a certain amount of time, say 24 hours, it's a really, really tough one. Losing a nail within 3 days, I would say it's on the cusp, but if she's admitted to a trauma, then that's on her.
Yeah.
It's like when people say, oh, I've snapped a nail. To me, a snap should never be done for free.
100%.
Never be repaired for free, because that is a trauma that client has inflicted on that nail for that to happen. That was on them. That is not on you.
It's funny you use the word snap, because as soon as you said about trauma type thing, I was trying to think, should there be a way that when you're doing price lists, we have very specific sayings? Maybe, so I can't think of what it is right now. And if you guys are listening at home, you think to yourself, that's what I use.
Like repair.
So a repair would suggest to me that something is broken, so you have to fix it. Like if your car is going in for a repair, it's probably something that's broken.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's another word. Like so for instance, if it's just
Replacement.
like if it's just falling off.
But there's no word that encompasses both.
I wonder if there is. No, I don't want it. I want two separate words.
Oh.
Sorry, that's what I'm getting at. Sorry. If it's something that's been caused as a trauma, that's a set thing.
But the thing is, a nail coming off can also be a trauma, like if they've caught it on something or whatever.
That's what I'm trying to look for. Kind
of hard.
I know. You guys can think of that kind of word or the wording you should do things.
So you're definitely not the asshole, especially because she admitted to banging it off of something, especially because you're only charging for products.
Yes.
Like I think it's so unreasonable not to be like, yeah, okay, I'll pay, what is it, like £1 or something, if that. But a great lesson in why it's so important to have policies.
Yeah. Also, how much are you charging for product? Is it fair? You know, have you worked it out in the new nail order pricing calculator? We've not even mentioned this one. But is that what it is? Or are you charging, say, like, I don't know, £15 when really the product's £8? And they kind of know that. They can probably work that in their head.
When I've been doing stuff in pricing calculator, it's under £2 for products for a set of nails.
Really? That's if you shop at nail order. For anyone who doesn't know, real quick, we launched a pricing calculator. We've not spoke about it. Laura and Saphira did a podcast about it. You can go do that. It's probably all over your social media right now. But it's the best way to work out how much an actual treatment is costing you. So just bear that in mind.
Yes. Go and use a pricing calculator. Like Chris said, it is free. It is fantastic. It is on the Nail Order app. And we are making changes and implementing new features and stuff all the time. Yes. It's only, a week old today?
And it's got a new update.
Yep, it's got a new update. And then there's going to be a new feature next week as well, which I'm excited about.
Honey, you said you were going to wear a Budweiser t-shirt today.
Yeah, I did. And then I said I wouldn't because then I didn't
branded?
know. Yeah.
Yeah. You're wearing the banner?
Yeah.
Brand. A band and a brand.
It's not a brand, is it?
Well, they've obviously licensed that. Where would you get it? ASOS?
I actually think it was a new look.
Okay, same thing. It's pretty much the same thing.
Could be ASOS. So it's from 2019.
Oh, back when Nirvana was cool.
Nirvana will always be cool.
Shall I go or do you want to go?
Up to you. You've just got one, haven't you?
I do. I just got one, so I'll make it the best one. Okay, so this person writes in and says, story for the podcast. About 6 months ago, I pulled my back down a lash lift and I had to cancel all my clients for 2 days. Because every time I moved, I was being sick. So, you know, it's like when you're in that much pain, physically sick, yeah. The client said that she was going away for the weekend and her nails were a mess and she wasn't happy. She ended up coming into the appointment and she was like, oh, you don't look very well. She said, you look like you're in pain. And she was like, yeah, no shit. That's the thing. She's obviously thought to herself, I need to do this.
She's been bullied into it.
Bullied into it. Again, not having policies in place.
Or just not standing your ground. And this is something that's it's so hard to do, especially in the early days of business. It is really easy to be bullied into doing things that you're not comfortable with. But again, having policies will help with that, but also realizing it is your business and you run it and do with it as you please. She's not happy. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, boo-hoo. I'm going to say it's just nails, right? But it is in terms of
fundamentally, yes.
To that client,
yes.
It's their nails. Like there's much bigger things in the world happening and much bigger things to be upset about. And something I always say is, I wish I had your problems.
Yes.
If the thing that you're that irate about is the fact that your nails are not looking fantastic, God, I wish I had your problems, and you're a lucky, lucky person.
I remember, right, we had a training academy at a different location, and we shared the car park. It was a private car park, and we shared it with probably the most evil, horrible person in the whole entire world.
She's insane.
She is maniacal in every single way. I don't know like how she's married, because I don't think anyone could be in
Her
the room
husband
with her.
seems nice enough.
Yes, he does.
Her children look sad.
Yes.
Sad.
The staff, I mean, I remember saying to one of the staff members in the car park once, who I was friends with, I was like, I can't believe you work for her. And she was like, neither can I.
I've never met anyone like it. I can remember her saying to our staff, oh, you're just a stupid little beauty therapist. Do you know who I am? You are literally no one. You run a recruitment business. Who are you?
Yeah.
Who are you?
She loves to belittle everyone.
Oh, that's her MO.
Yeah.
Modus operandi.
Now, cashing back to 2020, when the whole world went into darkness with the pandemic. And it was a few months later, she hadn't come to work because, well, she couldn't send anyone to work. She's a recruitment consultant. And I parked the van outside of our training academy, and that was one of their parking spaces.
Don't even get us started, right, guys? It's the weirdest thing. And do you know, almost every single customer who came in to get their brows done from me when I moved into the academy, say, oh, is that your I think we had a Tesla. Yeah. We had a Tesla at the time, but they had a Tesla. Is that your Tesla outside? I'm like, no, that's not our parking space. And they would go, what? Because the way that it was laid out, there was literally one parking space that was like physically attached to the building, and then the other ones were over the other side. Yeah. But they wouldn't give up that parking space. It was the weirdest thing.
She wanted that for herself. She never parked in it because she's a terrible parker.
Terrible.
So her husband used to park in it. Anyway, so I parked the van in that space. Big enough for a van, big enough for a Tesla.
I think we were loading or unloading.
I was.
Stuff
The sliding door was open, and I was taking stuff out or putting stuff in. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember. She came over and she started screaming at me for being in a parking space. And I said to her, after everything that has happened in the world over the last few months, that's what you're concerned about? And you can see her face not processing anything I had to say there, because that's all she cared about, that parking space. And it's like you were saying about nails there. At that point in time, those nails are all that's important to that person, because they've got their weekend away. They need their nails done.
All about them.
They need to look... all it's them.
I'm so sick of selfishness. I'm so sick of it.
I kind of get it. It's like, I can remember going, I was trying to get a haircut, going on holiday a few months back. We were going to, in fact, I'll show that was there to the Stagecoach. And I went to the barbershop and it was closed. I went to another barbershop, it was closed. I went to another barbershop, it was closed. I was like, Christ, I have to go to a barbershop that I don't like. But at the same time, I just thought to myself, I just got to suck it up.
But also, that's on you because you left it last minute.
Yeah, I did. That is on me. But it's really on you because you made me work too hard.
Teflon Chris, Teflon Chris, nothing sticks.
Oh, right, okay. Anyway,
that's going to be your theme tune right there.
It doesn't make a difference. It is my fault. And I took the L for that. I took the hit for it,
Yeah.
I'd say my hair turned out okay. But it's so many people just find that one thing at that point in time is the most important. God. See, if you turn around and said to them, oh, you've also got cancer, all of a sudden, their nails would become totally not important.
I mean, that was really extreme.
It's just because we're talking about the care home.
That was so extreme.
You get dementia. No, but you've something else, and then all of a sudden that puts it into perspective.
Yeah, people are just crazy. They really are.
People be crazy.
People really are.
Okay, honey. Take us off this journey and on to a different path.
I work from home and very rarely cancel an appointment. This day I had the worst flu symptoms and head pressure. I didn't feel good at all. I messaged the client who I knew was going on holiday saying, I'm so sorry, I really do not feel well. I'm going to have to cancel. I really don't want you getting ill. She replied, do you have any other space? I said, no, sorry, I'll be likely cancelling tomorrow's nails as well. I got into my PJs, was ready for bed, heard a loud knock at the door. No. Before I could say anything, she walked in. Don't worry about me. I won't get ill, but my nails are a state and I need them doing. I sat quietly and barely spoke. She then asked for lots of holiday nail art and designs. When I said, I'm sorry, I'm only well enough to do a basic set, she called me rude and that she wasn't paying. I'm glad she isn't my client anymore. Well, no, you are not the asshole here. I mean, there is absolutely no question in my mind that this I cannot even imagine.
Well, cast your mind back, honey, to, again, 2020, right before we went into lockdown. The amount of clients who would come in with COVID, and they're like, don't worry, I feel okay. But they've just tested positive for COVID.
There was somebody, this is no word of a lie, came in to get a patch test. In fact, it was them that gave us COVID. This was the week before Christmas. We tested positive, or this was the week leading up to Christmas. Jennifer and I tested positive on Christmas Day. And this is the only way we could lead it back to. We had a customer who came in who was on her way back from getting a COVID test.
Stopped in at the salon to get a patch test. No mask on.
Yeah.
Spoke to you and Jennifer.
Yeah.
Spread the disease.
And we didn't know, obviously, at the time that she was on her way. It was only when she called in later on, when she got the test results, say, oh, when I came in, I was on my way back. I've just had the results. I've got COVID. I won't make my appointment. So
what did you have to do at that point in time?
I can't remember now.
You closed the salon 2 days early.
Oh, so we did.
Yeah, you had to, because you thought to yourself.
So we did.
If this is what it's like just now with these people,
yes,
who are a bit irresponsible.
Yeah.
Even the people who have been responsible, who have been in the salon like right there and then, it could potentially ruin their Christmas. Now, staff that work for us had young children.
Yeah.
Imagine their Christmas being ruined. Or imagine, somebody's grandma coming over for Christmas dinner and that person has COVID because of this lady. It was just irresponsible overall, and you took the responsible action of closing the salon.
About that.
I was so angry because I hate it when.
And that's our peak earning period. 2
days before Christmas, literally the salon was open for like 16 hours a day. Do you know what I mean? It is peak for us. And I can remember when Rebecca said, I have to do it. And I'm like, no. I was old Chris.
It's not open 16 hours a day.
From like Christmas, like 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Oh, that's 12 hours. Quick math.
Good one.
I would have been opening 16 hours a day if you were really to.
Oh, he would have worked us 24 hours.
But I was so angry just because it was just so irresponsible.
Yeah.
Honestly,
again, it is beggars belief. It really, really is.
So in this case, if somebody has come round to your house after you have cancelled their appointment, the problem is, I hate to say it, when people say they are sick, the majority of people they're telling to don't believe them. And this is coming like from an employer standpoint, The amount of times that somebody's text, Chris, I'm sick, I can't come in today. I instantly think to myself,
reckon maybe 1 out of 10 times.
I think to myself, oh, it's the Monday after payday. I know why you're sick.
Oh, for sure. It happens way too often.
So in this case, this lady's probably thinking to herself 2 things. She's probably not sick. I will just go around because I'm desperate.
No, that's still, it doesn't even matter. That is insanely rude.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I would
this is one of the biggest things that I have a concern about people doing treatments from home. Your home no longer feels like your space when somebody comes and invades it like
sanctuary.
That. Yeah. For instance, if you are sick and you can't go to the salon and you stay at home, at least you're protected by your home.
Yeah.
We always talk about Dakota, like he hates being out and about. He likes being out and about, but doesn't like people, doesn't like bicycles and all the rest of it. He feels safest in his home.
Oh,
if he's on the way to his home, he feels safest.
Like he pulls to get there because he just wants to be there.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. But I know that a lot of people do it, and a lot of people have the spaces in their garden and stuff like that. Yeah. But
that's creating a boundary, but
kind of
separation is
kind of. I don't know. I can't ever imagine just turning up to someone's house and just forcing them to do.
I have one tip for you. By the time this podcast comes out, it's done and gone. It's Prime Week this week. Get yourself a Ring doorbell or a Blink doorbell, and that way you can see who's at your front door, and that way you don't even have to get up and answer it.
Oh, for sure. That is just crazy, though.
Yeah, but again, it's sad that people do that.
Really disgusting.
That feels like they're pulling a stunt.
I can't. That feels really kind of invasive. Like a violation. Yeah. Horrible. Okay, let's have a look at the next one.
Is there any that are like really uplifting? Because it's I'm the asshole.
Yeah. So I had a mum, we'll call her Karen, book her daughter and mother in for extensions as a treat.
I nearly choked on my Red Bull there, Jesus Christ.
So a daughter and grandma come in, I do their nails. They love them and book in again. Me being super accommodating, I agreed to book them on a bank holiday. Fast forward 3 weeks, I get a text the night before their appointment from the grandmother saying she was ill and wouldn't be coming, but the granddaughter was still coming for her nails. I replied saying I hope she felt better soon and explained that her booking fee would be retained due to the late cancellation as per T's and C's. I then get a notification Karen has left a review saying she didn't like their nails. Wow. I was overpriced, provided poor service and complaining about the cancellation policy. I didn't even do her nails. So that was the mum she's talking about.
Got it.
I have to admit I was quite gutted and upset. However, I put my big girl pants on and replied to her review explaining my T's and C's, that both grandma and daughter were happy with their nails, and I agreed to work on the bank holiday, brackets paid for childcare. She was not happy, but I wasn't backing down. Am I the asshole? In the end, grandmother apologised and Karen deleted the review, but I never did their nails again and have never worked a bank holiday since. Wow. Well, again, people, do you know what I hate? Is blackmail. Like, if you don't do this, I'm going to do this. The amount of times that we've heard that, I hate to do this, but I will be leaving a negative review, both in salon, nail order, whatever. And it's like, you're a disgusting human being.
Yeah.
You are disgusting. If that's the type of thing that you do, you're gross.
We, stupidly, but also quite cleverly, let all reviews go up on our website, nail order website. Unless they are like far outreaching, like they don't even make sense. You know, it's somebody just babbling. Yeah,
and sometimes you'll get one where it's like 1-star review, but they've put absolutely love the product, blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes we'll reach out to people to try and help them.
It's good to let these reviews go and you do reply to them. And in the way that you have replied to them, you've said, I'm sorry to hear you feel this way, but the person who was booked in for the treatment, because anyone who's reading the reviews will see your reply.
Yeah.
And they'll see how smart, how well articulated you can be and how well you present yourself and that you give good reason, you know? It's different when it's Google reviews. It's slightly harder because you can't really take them down, but it is good to reply. If, for instance, I remember one of the first 1 or 2 star reviews we got in the order was, got this cuticle oil, didn't like the smell. That's no reason to leave a 1 or 2 star review. No,
it's not, because that's on you. Your taste, it doesn't match your taste. Yeah. That's not like a reason to leave a bad review.
Yeah. I mean, I've been into a cab recently, a taxi recently, and the guy had obviously just lit up a fag just before I got into it, and it was stinking.
That's different because you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a 1-star review. But if I go in and the guy's got a strawberry magic tree and I don't like strawberry magic trees, that's not a reason to leave a 1-star review. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
You know? So I think you've done the perfect thing. You have answered back and never ever be held to ransom.
But what I would say is when you answer back, so when you reply to a review, it's really important that you don't come across as defensive.
We in Nail Order always do the two-player mode, the 2-channel mode. So Rebecca might write the reply, then it goes to somebody else like Laura to make sure.
How do you think this sounds? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to sound defensive because that gets people's backs up and you kind of sound petty. So you just got to be very clever with the way that you word things. Yeah. Like, I'm very sorry that you weren't happy.
Yeah. Also things like, I'm sorry you feel this way. You know, put it back on them to a certain extent, you know?
Yeah, I would say like, so say somebody's left you a bad review, you haven't done their nails, but you know you've done their family nails. I would say, so sorry that you aren't happy.
With your grandmother's nails?
With
the treatment I did on your grandmother.
The treatment I did on your mother or your daughter. I don't believe I have done your nails previously. You know, just kill them with kindness. Kill them with kindness. You can catch more flies with honey.
That's a good saying. Mm-hmm. Also, honey, I was editing the podcast this morning because we're behind on things, and you were kicking off about the accountancy firm that I had agreed to go see, and you were like, they've got terrible reviews. Do you know something? I believe their guys. I believe my wife. I didn't go and do my own due diligence.
Have you deleted that out of the last podcast?
No, I've left it in so people can see.
No, don't.
I think I've taken it out. I had to because you were so snide. Anyway, we went to see that accountant. We really liked that accountant. They're bloody expensive, but they're probably worth it. We're going to give them a shot for 6 months. After all that said and done, I thought to myself, I'm just going to go check the reviews because these guys like come across really, really well. They only get 5-star reviews. Around this area, they're the only people who have got like hundreds of 5-star reviews.
I think there is a bad review.
Okay.
But I think, and now I remember what it was. I had contacted them before and they just didn't get back to me.
Because they're too busy, because they've got all the 5-star reviews.
Shut your face.
Reviews are one of the best and worst things that you can get for your business. So you've just got to look at both the positives, use them to your advantage. Do you know something? Having said all this, I have not looked at nail order reviews for a long time because customer service now deal with it.
They dip in and out, but they probably don't remember all the time.
Yeah, so I'm going to go look at that when I get some time.
Good idea.
In a couple of weeks. Next up.
Will there ever be time? Okay, this is actually the last one that I've got that's written down here, but I've got one to read from, or that I remember from us, but it is one we've talked about before.
Read from your brain?
Yes.
Okay, can't wait to see this.
Okay. So, am I the asshole? is a bit of a current one. Basically, in March, I had a major operation on my knee, so I was out of action for a good 2 months, which isn't ideal. I moved into a salon in September last year and was mobile before that, which I hated. I only do nails part-time and I'm also a full-time legal secretary. So there were a few mobile clients I kept on and did them on a Sunday in the salon on Saturdays now. I did them on a Sunday in the salon on Saturdays now. I assume that means that she now does them on a Saturday. So basically I'm only left with 2 mobile clients. I don't mind doing them in the evening after work. She lives out in the sticks and doesn't drive, but I have the other lady who is lovely and I just hate going to her house. Parking is always stressful. I have to lug my table in because hers is always messy. She has no curtains in the summer. The sun shines through, messes up my gels. I want to stress how lovely this lady is though. When I came back to work after my op, I couldn't drive for a few weeks. So I had said that I could see her in the salon on a Saturday, but she wanted to wait until I was driving again and could go to her. She's in her 70s, but she does drive and it's only a 15-minute drive to the salon. I messaged her and explained that it would be a while until I was doing mobile visits. I was still quite unsteady on my leg and couldn't carry all my things. She never responded. So am I the asshole for not following up or telling her I'm not doing mobile visits anymore? I feel like the answer is most probably yes, but I'm too awkward to tell her. Also, to clarify, the no curtains thing, basically, there's doors out to the garden and no blinds or curtains on them, and the only place for us to sit was right in front of the doors. Okay, so obviously, I mean, doing gel in front of UV light is never going to work. And
there's just a lot to unpack there. So let's talk about that, just in case you guys don't know, because maybe you've never come up against this situation. But if you're doing like gel polish or builder gel or center gel or whatever gel you do, and you have gaping big windows, that UV light can start to crystallize and cure the gel, especially around the top of the bottles, for example. And there's something we really notice here in the UK because it's light till like sometimes 11 p.m. in the summertime, you know? And a lot of people just kind of forget that.
So many people message us and they're like, I've got cured bits in my gel. Yeah, unfortunately, it's because UV light has got to them. They didn't leave us like that. And something else is also really important to remember, and people don't realise, the throw of the UV light from the actual lamp is far. We did a video on this last year, 2 years ago. It can throw really, really far. So you need to really have your gels to the back or the side of your lamp, not anywhere in front.
Yeah.
And any bit of light coming in from a window can cure your gels, and it can do it pretty quick.
I've seen some beautiful like home cabins we were talking about earlier. Big massive windows. One of the things we spoke about a couple of years ago when people were discussing this, get some tint.
Or UV, no, you can get UV film.
UV film, tint film. It just protects it, and that does make such a difference.
But always be really careful. Even if you're swatching, keep that gel right away. Don't be swatching in front of your lamp because the light from the lamp is going to cure the gel on the brush.
Yeah, imagine that, a brand new gel, swatching it for the first time and it's all cured. And then you're on the blower to nail order, like, your gels are rubbish. Oh, sorry, Karen. Anyway, moreover, I will be honest with you. I think I've noticed with, does your gran listen to this podcast?
No.
Excellent. My mum was very old when she learned to drive. Rebecca's grannies are older. And when you get to a certain age, you have a set routine of where you can drive to and where your limit is out with.
And also times of day and weather conditions come into it as well.
Of course, yeah. You know, for instance, my mum could only ever drive to work, really, or my sister's house. Anywhere else, it was out of the question, pretty much. Come into a busy town centre, nah, no chance. And older people sometimes struggle with that. Yeah. So I kind of maybe understand that she didn't want to come into salon because if it was hard to get parked, you're saying it's hard to get parked at hers, but she's maybe been parking that street for 20 years, you know?
But on the flip side of the coin, if you don't want to be mobile anymore, it doesn't suit your lifestyle.
Yeah.
You've got to do what's right for you. And if that means losing that client, that means losing that client.
Absolutely. Think about it. What's one client? I know every client is important. I get it. But realistically, if that client makes you feel a bit uncomfortable, again, when it comes to somebody who's like that kind of stuck in their ways, 70-year-old, like she doesn't need her nails done. Not really. She maybe just likes you and she just maybe likes the conversation.
Oh, that's sad though, because now that'll make her want to go and see her.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you said it was recent as well. I'm sorry. But that's just the thing, you know? It's like when Rebecca used to go to get Bailey, like Bailey's original mom, just like the conversation. Because sometimes you would go drop Bailey off and then 2 hours would pass. I'd be going to bed and stuff like that. Rebecca's still not at home. I have to go chap up to the care home. Have you given Rebecca a bed? No, she's just sitting there having a conversation, you know? And that's what you've got to, again, like we're doing just now, we're putting ourselves into your position, your situation. You kind of got to put yourself into other people's situation and position.
But sometimes that means realizing that you need to part ways because you need to do what's right for you and your business. You're not in this as a charity or humanitarian project, or for any sort of philanthropy. Well, I guess sometimes, but you have to do what's right for you. And I can't ever imagine being mobile. I can genuinely not think of anything worse. Going into other people's house, the lack of control.
Yes.
The lack of control.
Yep.
Oh God, no, that would just send me spiraling. I don't like to go into... Chris and I hate going to view houses.
Yes.
When there's other people in there. If the owner's in there, we're like, oh God, this is an owner viewing. Like, we'll talk about it. It's an event to us.
Yeah. We hate it because we have to lie the whole entire time and say we love your house, but we just want to get out of here.
Yeah. It's awful, isn't it?
But, if it's an estate agent, I'll be like, this is terrible, and you can just be honest.
Yeah.
It's not that you ever want to slag somebody's home, but the feeling of being that uncomfortable in somebody else's house would make me not want
Similarly,
to be
I don't want random people coming to my house either.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine like the mobile thing. Like, you must have to have the patience of a saint.
Well, the fact that you're doing paralegal, which is hard to do, you're working in a salon and mobile, you are a saint.
The thing is, I bet you the majority of mobile nail techs are way undercharging because I bet you they're not charging for their travel time and their travel costs.
I've seen somebody in the group. I know you guys think I shouldn't be in the group.
Chris is a lurker in the group.
I am. I just make sure that you guys are all behaving. Just remember that, everybody. And somebody done the pricing and everything else in the mobile. And somebody commented underneath it, how much are you for your insurance, for your fuel and everything else? And they were like, I didn't include that on the pricing calculator thing. That's fundamental. That's how you get there.
Yeah, absolutely. And
general wear and tear. I'm pretty sure you go through more tires than I do, for example.
Yeah.
So you've got to put that down.
If you're mobile, I would put your mobile costs under...
Rent.
No, under a service, because you can add that to every treatment. So, for instance, it says services, not services,
treatments?
Product. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could put it down just as general wear and tear. The problem with that is it's mileage.
Yeah.
If you're going to see somebody that's 20 miles away compared to 10 miles away.
If you make it a product, if you make your mileage a product that you're building into your services, you can have different ones. So you could have, as a product, 5 miles, 10 miles, 15, 20 miles.
That's a good point, yeah.
And then put in the appropriate costs for each of that.
Yeah.
And then when you're building that service that includes a 10-mile...
10-mile treatment.
10-mile treatment, you're adding on extra time, not just the time it takes you to do the treatment, the time it takes you to travel. That's how you would build that.
That's a good one. Because you can put that time as a product, as a treatment type thing.
Yeah, well, you just add that time on and it's going to calculate it all. So that's what you need to do. You need to put your fuel, travel costs as a service, as a product. Yeah.
Okay.
And then add the time on the treatment.
I'm going to take the podcast adjacent to the left, far left right now.
Right.
And I just want to talk about Phil Collins over here. I'm so sorry, guys. On the podcast, I don't know what she does. Rebecca never bangs the table in real life. But as soon as she comes sits in that chair and gets on the podcast, she bangs the chair like she's Phil Collins playing some drums. So I'm really sorry about that. One of the things you don't see, like I obviously edit myself in the podcast.
I see you looking at my fans.
Fans? Your only fans, yeah. Moreover, Rebecca said we're not a charitable organisation a second ago, and I totally just, my mind shot off to, we were watching The Long Way Home, is it called? With Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman.
We nearly got hit by his car in Athens.
Athens, yeah, tried to knock us down.
Really weird.
Yeah, probably seen Rebecca's hands playing the drums.
No, I think we nearly stepped down in front of his car.
Anyway, so we've been watching it recently, and Ewan McGregor is an ambassador for UNICEF, and they were at a UNICEF warehouse in Stockholm. Was it Stockholm?
No.
Norway, Oslo?
It's in Denmark.
Denmark, one of the Scandinavian countries. And holy smokes, this operation is sick. I am blown away. I want to scale our business to that. Oh, see, big pause, I just smacked the mic. Right, for anyone who's listening, you don't know what she's doing. She's basically just impersonating as a vacuum cleaner. No, there's a vacuum cleaner that picks up parcels and takes them, because obviously they're quite heavy, so it sucks the top off them. You can pick it up manually and put it down, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's the racking.
The racking was like miles long, miles high.
Yeah, the racking must have been Like, so my rack in here is 4 meters high.
I would say it was triple yours.
12 meters high.
Yeah.
Easy.
10 to 12 meters.
Rafi can't even get stuff off the first thing.
Oh, because it's robots, isn't it?
Well, it's guys that are robotising it. But yeah, honestly, I cannot wait until Nail does that scale.
It's never going to be that big.
It is, honey.
Okay, the biggest nail companies in the world aren't that big, so how are you going to be that big?
They're going to take over.
Oh, right, okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But, oh my gosh. Anyway, that's my sidetrack adjacent. Back to it.
So, am I the asshole story? We've talked about this one before, and I will try to recall it as best as I can. And now, by this point in time, we did have all of our policies in place.
I can't think which one you're going to say.
Coffee one.
I've
Customer
said that one before.
was,
I've said that one before.
Yeah, but I'm just going to want to remind people of it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a good one.
Okay, do you want me to try
guys.
and think of a better one?
No, I don't have time. You've not done math in the podcast yet, so why don't you do some of that?
What do you mean?
You always count in the podcast as well as your drums. It feels like I'm picking on you. I'm not. I love you.
Am I telling the story or not bothering?
Sure, go for it.
Well, now you've made me not want to tell.
No, just tell it.
No,
because I hate it when you do this. This is me.
Okay, you guys have heard this story before. So pretty much, a customer was running late.
She's running down the quick summary version.
When a customer runs late, we will give them a certain amount of time, and then Jennifer, who was receptionist and the salon manager, would give them a call, try and locate where they were, see if it's going to be possible to do their treatment. Because what we don't want is them being 15 minutes late and us not being able to do the treatment at all, and then having turned up and wasted their time. If they're still 10, 15 minutes away, we might as well go, I'm really sorry, we're not going to be able to do the treatment, and then we've wasted less of everybody's time. Anyway, so they mustn't have answered the phones, and they came in, there was 2 of them. It was around 20 minutes late. It was between 15 and 20 minutes. Came up the stairs holding a takeaway coffee. So immediately I'm looking at the situation going, so you had time to stop for a coffee. You had time to stop for a coffee and you're 15, 20 minutes late. She then kicked off because we said we wouldn't be able to do the treatment. And we ran a really, really tight ship in terms of timings. It was for her nails that she was coming in for. Blamed us, said it was our fault because we didn't have a car park. We were like, well, we are a town centre salon. Where do you want us to put it? On the roof?
Yeah. I mean, literally there's tons of car parks all around. But
in fact, yeah, so we were in a town centre, but we were located, nobody was closer than we were to all the main car parks in the town centre. Anyway, kicked off, went absolutely mental. That's pretty much the crux of it.
And implied that we should have a helipad on top.
Yeah, like she was so incredibly unreasonable.
Yeah.
Just incredibly unreasonable. But we stood our ground, we had policies, and that was that. Oh, well, we don't... The thing is, you got to think, do I want people like this in my life? Do I want people like this in my business? Because they do it to you once, they're going to do it to you again. And if they treat you like that, they have no respect for you. And they're going to continue to have no respect for you. And unfortunately, you are going to inherit all that customer and all of their problems.
Just as you were saying that, I was trying to think of any ones that I could think of off the top of my head. And we used to have a girl who used to come get hair extensions in the salon. We used to have a hair salon. We only had it for a few years. But we used to do weaves. And we used to do them really cheap. Was it £99?
Something like
for
that.
hair and
Crazy.
fitting. Hair and fitting. And she used to come back and she would get it fitted and then she would get it refitted. But instead of doing the whole kind of like 6-8 weeks in between that, she's one of the ones who would go the 16 weeks or whatever
12
it was.
weeks, yeah.
But, 12 weeks. And then there was a time where she didn't come back for a long, long time and come back and just wanted it refitted. And I'm doing this, what are they called? Air quotes. Refitted. One of the staff members started taking it apart and had to call me and ask me to go put gloves on so I could help. This thing was like a bee's nest in the back of her head. And the smell coming from it was... I can only imagine, like, from the inside of somebody's belly button.
And if you guys remember to earlier podcasts, Chris is qualified in hair extensions. So, yes, just cast your mind back.
I don't really like...
It smells... That's a really funny analogy.
I don't like touching people at the best of times.
Chris doesn't even like if I was like, Chris, give me a foot massage right now on a naked foot.
No, not interested.
Even with a sock, there's potential I could get away with it on a certain day, but no.
Rebecca wears odd socks. That's the type of person she is, you know? Anyway, I did put gloves on and I can remember the bulky feeling that I had in my tummy, that retching feeling, and the other person who was doing the treatment, like taking it all out. Basically, I was just holding mats of bees' nests, wasps' nests
It smelled
to
like
get this
belly
out.
buttons.
They smelled like belly buttons.
Do you know what it is? It's the way you say belly button.
Belly button?
It's really cute.
Okay. And here's the thing, right? So eventually we get this monstrosity out of the back of her head, and said, I could keep saying what it's saying, Neil Dick. It said hairdresser. Had to wash her hair 4 times. And I'm still pretty much holding what's left of this weave. It is like a thing. When said hairdresser said that we wouldn't be able to refit this because of the state of it, she kicked off. She kicked off. We washed her hair 4 times just to try and get 4 times.
Did we charge her for 4 times the amount of shampoo? No, we did not.
And she kicked off and she didn't want to have to pay for the removal. I'm thinking, like, the only other way you're getting that out is by going to the bloody A&E and explain to them why your hair smells like belly buttons. Oh my word.
The A&E.
The A&E? I couldn't think of, I was going to say the ER, but... Yeah.
A&E. Oh yeah, people are so flipping unreasonable, and they want things as cheap as possible, but they also want them to last for as long as possible, and they also want them to be as beautiful as possible. It's just not real life, and I think we need to start being straighter with people and being like, you're being unreasonable. What you should have done.
We want £30 sun UV lamps to cure all gels fully all the way through. That's what we want. That's what the masses want.
That is what the masses want. It ain't reality, guys. You should have held up that bee's nest and gone.
I did. Well,
you want this back in your head?
I can still see it. I can still see. There wasn't stuff crawling in it, but in my head, there was.
Nice.
There was.
Nice.
And you just think to yourself, like, why are you kicking off? Why are you kicking off? Like, you're told at the consultation, like, she'd been back before. Now, I understand that sometimes people fall in financial, like, hardship. I get it. But if you came in and said to us, guys, I can't afford to keep this up. I've maybe lost my job. Or my rent's gone up, something like that. We'd be like, no problem. Let's just get it out. We'll do it for free. Whatever. It doesn't make a difference. It's just the entitlement.
It is. It's the way you deal with things as well. Again, like you catch more flies with honey. Just be nice. Be nice. Be kind. Kill them with kindness. We all need to start living by that motto a lot more.
Although Rebecca's been kicking off at me recently for trying to be helpful and be kind to people.
No, right. Chris takes us to a whole other level, and he never gets anything back, and that's not ever the reason that you should do something nice for someone. You should never do something nice to get something back. But it's just, he goes so out of his way, especially for staff, and he always has done. And we have just been so poorly treated. Not right now, I'm talking about in the past. So poorly treated by staff.
I'm just talking about yesterday when I was helping David across the road move this monstrosity of a metal folding machine.
Oh, but here's the thing. Chris is helpful to his own detriment. Chris is helpful with someone else where something that we need done is not getting done. Always.
That's why
Always.
We're going to wrap up the podcast, and I'll be honest with you. This is why I'm in work and have to do work today. I was helping David across the street.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy. He's just had a baby. Just a baby, he rushed away from hospital.
That's lovely. But
he came in and said, look, Chris, this thing weighs 2 tons. What is your forklift?
And let me ask you a question. Just 3 weeks ago, how much did David quote you to make a game for the event that Samson made?
£1,000.
Did he give you any discount?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So, yeah, it's always nice to be helpful.
It is.
But sometimes it gets to a point where you're like, why am I still doing this?
Anyway, I almost broke my forklift, but at the same time, I did help him, and hopefully we'll get it back in some way, but it did take me about an hour and a half, but I was in the baking hot sun, and the expertise of my forklift is now exponential.
And the sad part is that if you hadn't done that, you'd have been building those last 2 desks, which you wouldn't have to do today.
So basically, the office is almost ready. We just have to build the furniture, the desks for the staff that don't deserve it. No, I'm kidding. You guys do.
The desks are
It is
tiny.
Just after midday here. I am going to build desks. They take about 1 hour and 15 each to build because they're completely flat packed, and there's so many facets to it, not assets.
But they're not good desks. I'm really sad about it.
Well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. We've got them now.
5 years will do. 5 years and then we'll move. That's the plan.
They ain't gonna last 5 years.
Not the way you guys treat
Get
them.
2, maybe 3 out of them. It'll be a miracle.
Well,
but it was the only way we could fit 12 people into the office. So has to be.
Has to be.
So that's what we're going to do. Chris is going to do that. I'm going to work on the new academy upstairs while you're doing that.
Training Academy opens next weekend. First course.
I believe so.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
If you want to train with Nail or come and hang out, in fact, just come out and hang out. Oh, we are doing a live podcast at the event.
We are. We don't know what we're doing it on yet.
I think we should just do a Q&A.
I think so.
Oh, I thought you were going to object to that.
No, I think so.
Okay. So if you guys think we should do that, or if you want to cover something else, if you're coming to the event down in Birmingham. Oh, I did a Google search. Oh, Google search. I did a search the other day there, nail order Birmingham, because I was doing something with ads, and this whole big thing popped up on Google about our event.
Who wrote it?
AI.
Oh, really?
Told you all about it.
Nice.
Yeah,
Love
very
it.
nice. It basically took information from Instagram, Facebook, and such like
Very
the
cool.
website and put it all together. But it looked like cool.
Excellent.
You know?
So yeah.
So that's what we're doing today. I said to Rebecca, I want to get out of here by 1. There's no chance. She said 2. There is still no chance. In fact,
Do that.
I think if I take this shirt off to begin with, because look, I have actually sweat patches and I've got really good deodorant from Aldi on. It's so hot. I think if I take my shirt and my shorts off and just do desks and my boxer shorts, that'll speed me up.
Excellent. I just need you to put the shelves up upstairs as well, so I can get on
That's
with that.
definitely a Monday job.
No, it's going to take you 3 seconds to do that, and once you've done that, I can get on with other stuff.
See, she doesn't know what 3 seconds is. I'm not going to go into that anymore. And on that note, honey, please get us out of here.
As always, guys, be sure to give us a thumbs up, comment below what you'd like to see us talk about next, and be sure to subscribe.
Soon to live alone Sunday, all the tea getting spilled. Nail text, talking game, keeping it real, y'all gon' feel. From designs to the drama, every secret they reveal. Stay sharp, stay tuned, man, you know it's the deal.